Hello everyone. Once again I welcome you all in the online lecture series. And last few lectures we are talking about a electrosynthetic analysis where we already discussed about a electrosynthetic route for the various function groups. In this lecture we will talk about a one more term that is called as a Oomph-Long. So what is Oomph-Long? We know that in organic reaction, so there is consist of a reversal of characteristic reactivity of an atom or group. That means if the compound containing nucleophilic or electrophilic, then the reversal of their reactivity and this inversion of polarization of the functional group called as a Oomph-Long. Sometimes this term is also called as a symmetrization, or it is also called as a dipole inversion, or we can say a charge affinity inversion. But to avoid these different terms, what is this different term? That is symmetrization, inversion of charge, affinity inversion. Seebeck proposed the term that is called as a Oomph-Long. So in short we can say that in organic synthesis, Oomph-Long is the process involving inversion of the normal polarization of the functional group. So what is normal polarization and what is the inversion of this normal polarization? Suppose we take example, if compound containing a Rx function group, right? So this is the molecule. So in this molecule we can say that these R group will containing a positive delta charge and X group containing a negative delta charge, right? But if we treat this molecule with magnesium in presence of dry ether, so what happen? So this R group will be converting into R minus and then MgX. MgX. So where this R group which having plus polarity, it becomes a minus polarity. That means there is a reversal of the polarity and it is called as a Oomph-Long. Sometimes if there is another example, we know that this acyl group RC double bond O which containing the carbon atom which having positive charge, but if we treat this molecule in such a way that so this molecule which having a negative charge and it is called as a acyl anion and it is the Oomph-Long for this molecule. That means there is a reversal of polarity. Suppose we take one more example. If the molecule containing ketone, such type of ketone, and we know that this ketone when treated with X2 halide in presence of H plus, so what it gives? It gives formation of such type of enol here, right? OH. So this carbon containing a negative delta charge, but if we treat these molecule with again a X2, so what it gives? It gives formation of RC double bond OCH2X and then these carbon containing a positive delta charge, right? So that means if the molecule or the atom containing a reactive function group and if there is inversion of this reactive function group into the another nucleophilic or electrophilic group, that is called as a Oomph-Long, right? So here the R group which is positive containing negative, acyl ion which is positive, it becomes negative, and again the alpha carbon of this ketone which is negative, it becomes positive, and then this reversal of this polarity is called as a Oomph-Long. Let us discuss some examples on this Oomph-Long. First we will be take a acyl anion equivalent. Acyl anion equivalent. So we know that the acyl anion which containing positive charge and if it containing a negative charge, that is called as a Oomph-Long. So this is a carbon which containing a negative charge and it is called as a Oomph-Long. The best example for this acyl anion equivalent is benzoin condensation. Benzoin condensation. So what is the acyl anion equivalent? Suppose we take a benzaldehyde. So this benzaldehyde, right? When we treat this molecule with this sodium cyanide in presence of ethanol, so what it gives? It gives formation of this benzoin. This benzoin, right? That means if we break this molecule, after breaking this molecule, what it get? It gives formation of a pH C double bond O minus, right? And one more molecule for this, that is called as a benzaldehyde here. So that means synthetic equivalent for this molecule is benzaldehyde. That means this acyl anion equivalent is a omphlum, and that is called as a benzoin condensation. So this is the best example for this benzoin condensation. If we go for the synthesis, in the synthesis we can prepare such type of acyl anion equivalent, that is benzyl anion equivalent. Suppose we take the molecule of this benzaldehyde, and if we treat this molecule with sodium cyanide, so what it gives? Firstly, it gives formation of a cyanohydrin. What it gives? It gives formation of cyanohydrin, and in this way. In the second step, the O minus will be abstract proton, and it gives formation of a anion here, that is PH, here is OH, here is Cn, and here is negative charge, right? And then its synthetic equivalent, we can say that is PH C double bond O minus, right? So this is the benzyl anion equivalents in this way. In the next step, what happen? So this molecule again react with the second molecule of this benzaldehyde. Second molecule of benzyl, what it gives? The negative charge will be attack on this carbonyl group, and then it gives formation of molecule like this PH, here is OH, this Cn, and then this hydrogen and this O minus, right? In the second step, there is exchange of proton will be takes place. This exchange of proton will be takes place, and then it will be removes the hydrogen cyanide molecule from this group. That means if the exchange of proton will be takes place, and so this hydrogen will be shifted here, right? And then in next step, it will be removes this cyanide ion, and what it gives? It gives formation of a benzoin in this way, PH and OH. So this is a benzoin, right? So this is the simple example for the acyl anion equivalent, that is called as a benzyl anion equivalence. Let us take one more example. Suppose we have a aldehyde CH3 C double bond O H. When these molecule will be treated with this sodium cyanide, and then trimethyl silyl cyanide. So what it gives? Firstly, the cyanide ion will be attack on this carbonyl group, and then it will be revert here. So it gives formation of CH3, and then Cn, here is O minus, here is hydrogen, and then it will be react with this trimethyl silyl cyanide. The O minus will be attack on this sulfur, and then it will be remove this cyanide, and what it gives? It gives formation of this CH3 will be same here, cyanide is again same, hydrogen is again same here, then it will be silyl trimethyl silyl. Then if you treat this molecule with LDA, what is LDA? That is trimethyl silyl ether of this cyanohydrin will be react with lithium diisopropyl amine, that is LDA. So it will be react with this LDA in presence of THF and minus 78 degrees Celsius. So what it give? This N minus will be take this proton, and it gives formation of negative charge here. That means what it gives? It gives formation of these CH3, then Cn, and then here is this trimethyl silyl will be same here. So this gives formation of this molecule, and its synthetic equivalent will be CH3 C double bond O minus, that is a acyl anion equivalence. When we treat these molecule with cyclopentyl bromide, so what it gives? It gives formation of CH3, then this cyclopentyl ring here, here is cyanide, and here is this trimethyl silyl group, right? And in the further step, if we treat these molecule with dilute H2SO4, then this group will be deprotect here. Sorry, here we see that oxygen is there. Here is again a oxygen, that means it is protected by this O group in this way. And then in the next step, dilute H2SO4 will be deprotect this, and it gives formation of a molecule like this. Here is OH, here is this cyclopentyl ring, here is CN, and here is CH3. And if we treat these molecule with dilute NaOH, then NaOH will be take the proton from this alcohol, and then it will be revert here, and it gives formation of molecule like that is CH3 C double bond O, and then there is a cyclopentyl ring in this way, right? So sometimes if you want to prepare this acyl anion, then the acyl anion can be prepared by using sodium cyanide and this trimethyl silyl cyanide, right? Suppose we treat this molecule with trimethyl silyl cyanide, then it gives formation of a such type of acyl anion equivalence. So we want to use a catalytic amount of this cyanide is required, and therefore the aldehydes and ketones will be used such type of alpha hydroxy ketones. So how it use? Suppose we treat this molecule, that is benzaldehyde in presence of this sodium cyanide, and then this trimethyl silyl cyanide. So what it use? It use pH, then this hydrogen is there, cyanide, and here is a OSIMe3, that is trimethyl silyl protection here. Then we treat this molecule with LDA, lithium diisopropyl amine, in presence of THF and minus 78 degrees Celsius. So what it use? It use formation of pH, CN, here is negative charge, and here is O, that is SiMe3. And then again if you treat this molecule with this ketone, so what it use? It use formation of a pH, then here is CN, that is OSIMe3 here, then here is O minus Li plus, and here is pH, and here is CH3. And in the second step, if we treat these molecule with dilute H2SO4, and then if we treat this molecule with dilute NaOH, then what it gives? It gives formation of a alpha hydroxy ketone in this way. It gives formation of a alpha hydroxy ketone. So this is the acyl anion equivalent, that is called as a Umplong, and these molecules can be used in the synthesis process. Then the next molecule which containing a sulfur containing reagent, which can be used for the reversal of the reactivity, or we can say for the Umplong. So how it can be used? That means suppose we have a molecule that is such type of aldehyde, and if this aldehyde we want to a acyl anion equivalent, in this way we can treat this molecule with 1,3-diethiene, and if we use base we get this type of acyl anion equivalent. So let us take example. Suppose we have a molecule that is benzaldehyde. This benzaldehyde, when we treat with 1,3-diethiene, so this is 1,3-diethiene, and if we use this HCl in presence of chloroform, so this is called as a 1,3-dipropane dithiol, right? Then what it gives? It gives a protection of this ketone. How it gives protection? So here is molecule will be formed like this, and if we treat these molecule with a base, that is N-butyl lithium, in presence of THF and minus 10 degrees Celsius, So this 1,3-diethione n-butyl lithium will be take proton here and it gives a negative charge at this position. So what is the molecule will be formed here? The molecule will be formed like this, that is PH, then here is a diethione, 1,3-diethione like this, and negative charge will be here, and it is a acyl anion equivalent for this PH C double bond O minus, right? So this called as a benzyl anion equivalent, and if we treat this molecule with this PH CH2 Br, so what it gives? It gives formation of a PH, then CH2 PH, and here is this 1,3-diethione will be same like this. And further, if we treat this molecule with this H3O plus and then this Hg2Cl2, so what it gives? It gives formation of a Hg2 plus and then it gives formation of a PH C double bond O CH2 PH in this way, right? So we can get a such type of molecules here. Let us take one more example on the basis of this. Suppose we have this formaldehyde. We can treat this molecule with this 1,3-diethiol in presence of HCl and CHCl3. So what it gives? It gives formation of molecule like this, in this way, right? But this molecule is commercially available. It is commercially available. That means if we want a formyl anion equivalent, if we treat this molecule with n-butyl lithium in presence of THF and minus 10 degrees Celsius, so what it gives? It gives formation of molecule like this, that is hydrogen here, lithium here, and it is a synthetic equivalent for a formyl anion equivalent minus, right? So this is called as a formyl anion equivalent, and if we treat this molecule with the another group which containing a such type of cysteine, so what it gives? It gives formation of a molecule like this. So here it will be attack on this bromine group, negative charge will be attack on this bromine, it gives formation of CH2, then C double bond O CH3 CH3, and then if we treat this molecule with this H3O plus and this Hg2 plus, what it gives? It gives formation of the HC double bond O CH2 C double bond O CH2 CH3 in this way, right? So that means if we want a formyl anion equivalent, so this is the formyl anion equivalent for this molecule, right? But this sulfur containing reagent having some limitations. So what is this limitation? That means if we know that this lithiated 1,3-diethione which is readily react with this alkaline reagent, so that means if this molecule sulfur, this lithiated molecule, if we treat with this R group, so what it gives? It gives formation of molecule like this R group, right? But we can say that when this lithiated 1,3-diethione which is readily react with these alkylating agents, but this does not give addition to the Michael acceptor. That means there is no 1,4 addition. There is no 1,4 addition. That means if we take the example on this, suppose this R C double bond OH is here. If we react this molecule with this 1,3-diethiol in presence of this HCl and chloroform, so what it gives? It gives formation of a compound like this. So this R group here, and then further if we treat this molecule with n-butyl lithium, that means in presence of base. So what it gives? It gives formation of molecule like this, that is a lithiated molecule, right? But if you treat these molecule with this Michael acceptor, suppose there is a Michael acceptor is group is there, so it does not give this 1,4 addition, but it gives a 1,2 addition, right? Instead of 1,4 addition, it gives a 1,2 addition, and it gives formation of compound like this. So it gives formation of a compound like this. Here is R, here is O minus, and then if we treat this molecule with this H3O plus and this Hg2 plus, so what it gives? Instead of going to a 1,4 addition, it gives a 1,2 addition, and it gives molecule like this. So this R group here is OH, and here is a carbon-carbon double bond, right? So instead of going to we can say 1,4 addition, it gives 1,2 addition. Suppose we want to make 1,4 addition, we can use another reagent which is more effective reagent for the 1,4 addition. And what is this effective reagent? That means if we take this sulfur containing reagent, that is Et, yes, CH2, then yes, then this Et, and here is a oxygen, right? So this is called as a ethyl thiomethyl sulfoxide. So this is ethyl thiomethyl sulfoxide. And if we treat these molecule with this LDA, lithium diisopropyl amine, in presence of THF and at 20 degrees Celsius, so what it gives? So it gives formation of molecule like this. Here is oxygen, and then it gives formation of a lithiated compound here, right? And if we treat this molecule with any alkylating agent, so what it gives? It gives formation of Et, yes, then yes, it is Et here, and here is CH2, and remaining will be hydrogen here. That means this molecule, we can say, so this molecule is a synthetic equivalent for this formyl anion equivalent. So this is a formyl anion equivalent. And then if we treat this molecule with this H3O plus and then Hg2 plus, so what it gives? It gives formation of a such type of aldehyde, right? Then further, if we treat this molecule with another LDA, lithium diisopropyl amine, so what it gives? It gives formation of another acyl anion equivalent, that is containing CH2, CH3, and here is lithium, and it is a synthetic equivalent for this CH3, CH2, C double bond O minus. So that is a, we can say, propyl anion equivalent, right? And then if we treat these molecule with another alkylating agent, and then in presence of H3O plus and this Hg2 plus, so what it gives? It gives formation of a ketone here, which containing a different functionalities like this. That means unsymmetrical ketone can be prepared here. So we can say this is the simple method which can be used for the acyl anion equivalents. And this molecule can be used for the addition to the, we can say, 1,4 addition. And then how it can be used for the 1,4 addition? Suppose this molecule will be treated with this Michael acceptor. So this is the Michael acceptor. So it gives a 1,4 addition. Instead of going to 1,2 addition, it gives 1,4 addition. And what molecule is formed here? That is Et, then sulfur, here is sulfur, here is Et, and here is oxygen. So this CH2, CH3 is here, and then it will be react with this CH2, then C double bond O, then C double bond O, here is O minus, and here is R group. And in further step, if we treat this molecule with this H3O plus and this Hg2 plus, so what it gives? It gives formation of a compound, that is CH2, CH3, C double bond O, then CH2, there is 1, 2 carbon there, and then this is a R group, right? So it gives formation of this compound, that is called as a Michael acceptor, right? So that means in retrosynthesis, if suppose we have such type of molecule, we can break this molecule, and after breaking we can break at the one of the position here, and then from one side we can take this Michael acceptor. So this Michael acceptor we can take, plus along with from other side we can take a sulfur halide, which can be used for the a acyl anion equivalent like this, and CH2 CH3, and here is a lithium, right? Therefore we can use the such type of molecules here. So I am giving here one exercise to you. You have to find out the synthetic route for the synthesis of the molecule starting from the phenol. Suppose we have this phenol, the cyclohexanone, and from this cyclohexanone we have to prepare the such type of molecule. This molecule, that is 2-acetyl cyclohexanone, and again you have to find the route for the synthesis of this molecule, that is called as a molecule containing cyclohexanone here, and here is CH2 CH3, that is 3-acetyl cyclohexanone. So this is exercise. That means you have to find the route for the synthesis of these 2-acetyl cyclohexanone from the cyclohexanol and 3-acetyl cyclohexanone from the cyclohexanol. So friends, with this we can stop here. The remaining part will be discussed in next lecture. Thank you.